Okay, we're going to start this by creating a tire. We're going to create 3 samples. We're going to create a beginner's level tire. We're going to create one with more detail for intermediate. Then we're going to create a rim, which will put the tire on top. So let's get down to business. First of all, when we go into the create a pipe, so we're going to create polygon primitives. Then we scroll down to where we have the pipe. We select it. It's in there. The first step is to rotate it on the z-axis 90 degrees so it's standing upright, and I'm going to increase the scale to have a better view of our tire. Position the 3rd degree here. Okay, then I want to make it thinner, so it kind of looks already like a tire. Okay, I think that will be fine. Okay, then I come into the attributes here. Then I want to increase the subdivision axis, that's so that it has a more rounded and smooth shape. So with middle click, I scroll towards my right. I'm looking for a number of 50. Okay, there it is. Then I'm going to reduce the thickness to let me say 0.4. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Just going to rotate this on the screen a little bit. Okay, so we see we have already gotten a good shape. Yeah, this is just perfect. It's okay. All right, so next I want to go into the edges. Select edges. I want to create division in the center here, so I control and right click, edge ring utilities, edge ring splits. Okay, so it has an even distribution around the center. So I want to make 3 lines. I could do that by coming into the inputs as a split type. I'll change it to multi, so we can then change the divisions to 3, so we have 3. So I don't need to make 3 lines continuously, to have an even line. So I'm going to scale it a little bit so that they're a little bit far apart, not too far. Okay, next I'm going to the vertices. Then I want to try to rotate each vertex so we have a kind of angular shape of the lines. We don't want it to be straight, so I come into the front view here. Okay, select just this mid vertex. Then with my rotate tool, I rotate it downwards or upwards, if anyone that suits you. But for now, let's go down just a tad here. Okay, that'll be fine. Okay, now I want to select this side, and with the shift key held, I will select this side and rotate this one upwards, so we have a kind of offset movements. Okay, that's fine. Now I'll select the edges, the outer edges, holding down shift key while I do that, and we'll rotate this one downward, so we have an evenly angular shape. Okay, so that's looking nice already. It's already getting an idea of what we're building. So okay, then I go into the faces. I want to try and create lines, separate lines on the faces. So what I'm doing here is I'm clicking, then I shift and double click, not too fast, just click twice, then it will go around an axis. Okay, so with just shift and right click, I come into the extrude face option. I'm going to change my divisions here to 1. I usually make my divisions 5 sometimes. Then I'm going to keep faces together off. Okay, so now I want to scroll in a little bit and see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's make a reduction on the X axis and just give it an extrusion on the Z axis. All right, just to have that separation. Then I shift right click again on extrude faces, and divisions 1. This time I'm going to keep the faces together. All right, then I'm going to take it upwards towards the y-axis, so it has a nice extrusion. I'm trying to get a good number. I can type in figure here at 0.055. For me, it might be a different number for you. It doesn't really matter the number, but I want to get a nice extrusion. Okay, just like we have here. Not too much of a teething, but just to create those extruded teeth around the tire. Okay, this is looking fine already. It's looking nice. Okay, we can see the definition of the seats here, making it look more realistic. Already we get an idea what I want to do. So okay, so next I want to do I'm gonna make some separations here. So I go back to the edges, I click edge ring utilities and split. Okay, so I do that for the other side as well. I click on edge, shift, click, okay, split. Okay, so I come with holding the shift key, I select the other aspect to remember the process. So we click on shift, then I want to scale the ring downwards towards the edge. Okay, then I select this outer edge here. I go and select on the other side as well, holding down the shift key, then clicking twice to go around the edge. Then I want to scale inward now, so it has a kind of internal like it's going inward, so I kind of mix it around. The idea is we're trying to get a very round shape. So let me open up the width a little bit. Okay, so you can just tweak this how you like. Okay, so it's going to look more and more like a tire to me. I'm just going to make it a little bit more. Alright, so that's what we want to get. Then come back to object mode. Let's preview this and see how it looks like. Using my software to render. Alright, so we see we already have a nice looking tire. So basically you could stop there, but I want to go a little bit further. Let me use the edge ring utilities again and create another ring and go to the other side. And I do the same thing here. Edge ring utilities, then I go split, and I rotate and select the ring on the other side. Same process. Then I want to scale this one so we have a kind of a rounded shape. That's the whole idea, is to make it look more rounded than spherical. So I'm going to bring it out a little bit so it's puffed up. Then I take it, yeah, so okay, not so much of a puff, just a little bit here. So depending on what you want, you can add another ring utility to make it more puffed, but I just want the swell to be somewhere else. So let me select this one. Okay, and go around, pick up the other side, and puff this one up to a little bit. Just to bring it out, just want it to come out and look a little bit more rounded. Alright, just a little bit. Yeah. I think that's beginning to look good. That's looking good. Let's shift it a little bit. Just a little bit more. Okay. Alright, so I'm fine. I like this. It's looking nice to me. You ready? Okay, so next what I want to do is I want to extrude the inner part inward. So I go into faces and I hold down shift and click twice to pick out all the objects. Then I want to go into shift and extrude face. Then I put this on 1 and I keep the faces together. Alright, so what I want to do is just move it inward. Okay, just to make the inner point of the and get to a good point. Alright, so yeah, because the tire has a kind of depth into it, so just want to create that depth. Alright, so we have a nice looking depth there. Okay, we have a tire with an inner point. So we can render this and see how it looks like. This is the first look, and this second look, we can see the depth in there. It's beginning to look more like a tire. Okay, so next thing, I want to add a material to this, so add a blend. Then pick a color, black color, not too black. So I'm using a blend so it has a kind of good reflection. You know, tire is rubber, so we need a good material that can like rubber. So if we rotate around this, we could see it's got that little shine there, like rubber, like real rubber. So if we render this right now, you can see there's the first. Now we can see our tire is beginning to take shape. All right. So basically, this is how to make a basic tire. We can animate it right now, and we see it rolling along its axis nicely. Alright, so we're done with this. I'll shift that across. Then we'll create a tire with more detail. So stick around.